We've now added the skill scan to the learner's self-enrolment journey. We believe this will help to improve the learner's engagement with their application and reduce some of the admin burden on you as providers to complete this. It is a new tenancy level feature switch, and if you'd like to enable this, please speak to your customer success manager. You can see here that I've got a new applicant and I have invited them to complete their self-enrolment. You'll also note that we've not yet selected the program. So if we come down to the skill scan page, that's unavailable as obviously the skill scan relates to the program. This will be true for the learner as well. And if I open up my learner page and go into my application, I can see because I've not selected the program, I still only have 7 steps as part of the self-enrolment journey. This will mean the learner will be able to complete the self-enrolment as normal, but won't include the skill scan assessment. If I come back into my training provider and select the program, this will enable the skill scan for both the trainer and the learner. And as I save the page, as a training provider, I can now see that the skill scan is available for me to edit. And if I go back to my learner and to the application, it's at the point where the learner clicks continue to application that do this check. Has the program been selected? If yes, show step 8. If not, just show the 7 steps as before. This time as we come in, we can see that there are 8 steps to the self-enrolment journey. I've already completed most of the information in this, so I can skip through to step 8 and show you the new skill scan page. But the learner will complete the self-enrolment as normal with all the usual information. Previously, step 7, the communication preferences, was the final page in the flow, and it will remain the final page in the flow if you haven't selected the skill scan to be part of the self-enrolment. However, in this instance, on step 7, we have a next button to take us to the skill scan, and this will present the skill scan to the learner for the first time. As learners will be completing this independently, we think it's important that there's some additional information to help guide them through completing the assessment. So we've added this banner at the top just to provide a little bit of information about what the skill scan assessment does and why they need to complete it. We've also included some guides for how they might want to score the learning outcomes, giving them a rough idea of what each score could be. There's also additional help available if they click the Read Our Help article button, and this takes them to our knowledge base. Here we explain what the skill scan is, how to complete it, and then how the skill scan scores will be used by you as a training provider as part of their application. This should provide the learner with enough information to be able to complete the skill scan independently. We've made some changes to the layout of the skill scan. We hope to improve the user experience and the accessibility needs for those who need them to help complete the skill scan more effectively. The skill scan is broken down into the behaviour, knowledge and skills tabs as it was before, and each of these areas has different work aspects associated with them. If I open work aspect 1, knowing your customers, this now opens all of the learning outcomes associated with that work aspect. Previously, you had to click and open each individual learning outcome to be able to score them, but just by opening up the work aspect, you can now see and score each of the learning outcomes very quickly. You can see that we've updated the scoring mechanism. We've added some additional labels to the scores, again, just to provide the learners with a little bit of guidance around what a score means. So they know not to continue selecting 10 for every single outcome, that actually that would be an advanced outcome, and therefore they may not have the knowledge, skills, or behaviours associated with that score. If the learner's a little unsure about what score to select for the particular learning outcome, then the criteria table below can provide some additional information, just allows them to think a little bit more about exactly what the learning outcome title is asking of them. So in this instance, they want to know what is the purpose of customer service, the different needs of customers and different priorities of customers, and so on and so forth. This will help them to provide a more accurate score when completing the skills scan. We also appreciate that there are a lot of knowledge, skills and behaviours and learning outcomes to score as part of the skills scan, and learners may not want to do this in one go. So we've added the Save Progress button at the bottom of the page. This will allow learners to partially complete the skills scan, exit and return to their application and pick up exactly where they left off. At the bottom we've got the Submit button, and this will complete the self-enrolment. If, however, the learner tries to submit before they've scored every outcome, they won't be able to, and they'll get a message to say that they need to score each learning outcome on the page. The scores do update in real time, so when the learner clicks Save Progress, those scores will also be shown on the training provider's view of the skills scan, so you're able to track and monitor just how much progress they are making with their skills scan.